What's up, Diamond Empire, Team Extra Degree? Hope you guys are doing great. I'm excited to be here with you guys. I would have been with you guys live, but I will be traveling for Super Saturday and Super Friday. So I was asked to record this message for you. So I'm excited to be here. I'll just explain who I am. I'm Joe Carden. I am the Regional Sales Manager for the Central Region here at Team Beachbody. I work with the 3 through 8 star coaches. Previously, I was an associate manager in the West, and I got to work with the Diamond through 3 stars there. So it's been an amazing place to work. I absolutely love helping coaches hit their goals and really helping you guys move forward. And I'm excited to talk to you guys today. So first on our docket today, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys a tour of Beachbody Corporate. I want to show you guys something super special. There's a lot of stuff that's really neat here that I love. You can see the mountains here in Utah are absolutely beautiful. You can't see the snow because it's too bright. But first, we're going to go and take a look at this. This is amazing. Here we have the top 10 wall, which is fantastic. These are just some amazing coaches who've been able to do amazing things. But aside from that, this is really what I'm super impressed with. You see all these stories? These are stories from coaches just like you. And we've put them all over our office. This is the whole hashtag I am Team Beachbody movement that we've been really pushing. And behind each one of these stories, what you're going to see is just incredible things. I mean, it's just amazing what people have been able to do. I mean, you'll see here, I lost 30 pounds. You'll see here, new love for myself, confidence, determination, amazing friends, a new revelation of who God made me. You'll have all these other ones here that just say, this was, I was stuck, I was fat, I was depressed, I was bankrupt. I thought that I wasn't one of those meant to be thin people. How many of us have really thought that before? It's just amazing. If we come back here, I was given health, I was given goals, I was given confidence. It was giving me inspiration, the ability to inspire others. It was giving me my family and my life that I would never dreamed. There's just, the stories just go on and on and on. You can see here, this whole wall of our break room is completely covered with this. Just amazing stories here. Now, guys, the reason why I wanted to show you all of this stuff is because as we go out there and as you as coaches do your job, which is really to help other people live more healthy and fulfilling lives, it does so many different things for you guys. It just really opens up a whole new level of, what am I trying to say here? Fulfillment in your lives. Like the more people you help, by the way, the more money you're going to make at Beachbody. That's just the way it works. And it's a beautiful recipe because as you are putting in that work, as you are going out there and really changing people's lives, you deserve to be compensated for it. It's something that a lot of coaches that I see have guilt about. And one of the things I want to talk to you guys about today is if you go out there and help people live more healthy and fulfilling lives, you're working. And as you work, you deserve to be compensated for that, right? So there's nothing wrong with making money through helping other people. But I wanted to show you that hallway just because it's an inspiration to me. It's an inspiration every single day when I come into work and I see what you guys do. It's really a noble trade what you guys are into, because as you help people make good decisions, as you help people change their physique, as you help people have more confidence, it's just a beautiful thing. So I wanted to share that with you just first and foremost to just let you guys know that what you guys do makes a huge impact. I mean, you really help a lot of people. So let's talk a little bit about how we can maximize that impact. The first thing I wanted to share with you guys today is kind of like a little bit of as an example, really, an analogy. And that is, as you go out there and you help people change, make positive changes in their life, kind of making ripples in their life. It's almost like, think of yourself as a pebble. And as you drop that pebble into a pond, you'll see that it creates ripples, right? That's really your effect on the community, on society. And it's awesome to see what you're doing, right? As you want your business to go forward, though, the more people that you help, the more money you make, the more accomplishments you'll have, the more fulfilled you'll be. It's a win-win situation all around, right? So in the end, what we need to do is figure out how we can help more people. And the answer to that really is one word: duplication. You only have so much time in your life. You only have so much time to dedicate to going out there and helping your challengers, or recruiting coaches, or helping people with their fitness or their nutrition. You only have 24 hours in the day, just like everybody else does, right? And this duplication portion, where that comes in, is as you guys help other coaches come into the business, active coaches though, right? Coaches that are really selling challenge packs, helping other people, going out there and pushing their business forward, even if it's just as a hobby coach. Those coaches are the ones that are going to expand your sphere of social influence, right? So all of a sudden, if you are increasing the number of active coaches underneath you, and you're going out there and you're selling challenge packs and you're helping people live healthy and fulfilling lives, and you're really pushing forward, what you're doing is you're changing the fabric of your community that you're around. And also, as you recruit active coaches, they're doing the same thing. So all of a sudden, your bottleneck isn't your time anymore, right? Because they're also using their time to go out and change more people's lives. And as they change more people's lives, that affects you. It's almost like you are the general of an army that's working to end the trend of obesity. And a general isn't going to be effective unless he has captains, lieutenants, majors, colonels, all those different things underneath that person that is also going to help direct the army, right? And you guys really need to create these people underneath you who are also going to duplicate what you are doing. Now, as that happens, all of a sudden, you're not a pebble anymore. You're not like a tiny rock. You're a huge boulder. You know what I mean? And as that boulder hits the water, it's making waves instead of ripples. And those waves are going to go much, much further in your community. So this only happens if duplication is taking place, right? It's like if you were think of it this way. If you owned a studio and you had people come into your studio to do workouts, you're only going to be able to teach so many people in a day, right? You're only going to be able to get so many people in your gym at one point in time, because that's also a bottleneck, right? How much space you have available. But if you get other people to open their own studios, so to speak, and as far as the example is concerned, then they can fit a lot more people in there, and then all of a sudden you don't have this bottleneck you're working with anymore. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. It's really the key to unlocking serious success in this business is simply through duplication. And first, we need to talk about how to make sure that you are doing the proper behaviors that you want to duplicate, right? If you're watching Survivor every single day, I've been binge watching stuff on Netflix and not going out there and doing what you want your people to do, then obviously you don't want to duplicate what you're doing, right? So let's talk about a little bit about what you do want to duplicate, what you need to make sure that you're mastering in your own business first, and then how to help your team duplicate that as well. So let's jump into it. I am going to share my screen with you guys really quick, and I'm going to draw up a few different things that I want you guys to be aware of. So we'll get started here. In this business, I feel like there's tiers in this business. You have different things that you need to make sure are happening, or different transitions, I guess, you have to go through. So I like to draw up what I call the salmon ladder. And the salmon ladder has different steps in it, okay? So those of you that don't know what a salmon ladder is, here in the Mountain West, we have all these, gorgeous mountains and stuff like that we have around. And in between those mountains and the valleys and canyons, we have these rivers that come down, and those rivers have salmon that are swimming in it. So let's just say you have a river that's flowing here, and then all of a sudden it hits a dam, and the dam is like that. And it's like, okay, how do I get up and over this? If you're a fish and you're needing to go upstream to reproduce and be a fishy and get all that good stuff done, then you hit this dam and you're like, how do I get over it? So they created these salmon ladders, and they're basically like little waterfalls. It goes from pool to pool to pool, and eventually till it gets to the top, and then the river continues on, and you're able to be a fishy and go up and spawn and reproduce and all that good stuff. But jumping from pool to pool is difficult. It's hard to get up from one phase to the other, but it's definitely doable. The reason why I bring up this example is because you guys kind of have your own salmon ladders in your businesses, okay? You have different trends or different phases of this business that people need to get up and over. The first is you got to add friends to your social media network. Like that's just, part of something you need to do. So you have people in your friends group, you may have a couple hundred or a few thousand people in your friends group. But the question is, how do you get those guys to become challengers, right? So we've got this challenger group here. It's important. And then also what we have is we have this coach group. And then at the end, ideally where we want them to be, like the end goal obviously would be to get them to become leaders. So we have different phases of this little salmon ladder that you guys are trying to get people through in your business, okay? Another way to put it would really be like this. It's a funnel system. You got friends that start off at the top tier of the funnel, and then you've got in your second tier, you'd have your challenge, or maybe even a free group, let's say, and then you'd have like challengers. And then after the challengers, then you'd have your coaches. And then underneath your coaches, you're left with your final aspect of the funnel, and that's your leaders, right? So as you're doing this, what we need to make sure is that each phase of this funnel is healthy, right? What we're really looking at here is if we want to get, let's say, 10 fish up to the top of your salmon ladder, we want 10 leaders, let's say, then we need to make sure that we're starting with a proper amount of fish at the bottom. Because if you don't have enough people in your friends categories, then hardly any, or maybe you won't get as many as you're looking for to get to the top, right? If you want 10 at the top, we need to be starting with a proper amount at the bottom. So at each phase here, with friends, we want to make sure that we're doing, that we have that healthy with your free groups. We want to make sure that, that's healthy as well. And then we've got your challenge groups, then we've got, that's a bad H. Then we got your coaches, and then obviously we have the leaders at the very bottom here. So what we need to make sure that we're doing is we're adding the proper amount of people in your funnel, all right? So here's my first thing that I'm going to ask you guys to do. This isn't rocket science, okay? I hope that you guys listened to Chalene Johnson's National Wake Up Call this week. It was so freaking amazing. And she said, guys, there's no ninja tricks. It's consistency, it's discipline, it's dedication, it's showing up, it's doing the right things. But there's no secret sauce, right? There just isn't. So what I'm just going to ask you guys to do is we need to master the fundamentals. As we master the fundamentals, that's when we can get out there to really help other people underneath you do the same thing. And then all of a sudden things really start taking off. So if you're really wanting to build this business and you have more than an hour to spend on Beachbody coaching every day, I'm going to ask you guys to add 10 people to your social media network every single day. If you're a busy mom and you have a job and you don't really have a ton of time, that's okay. You don't have to, be operating at that level at this point in time in your business. Add 5 people a day to your social media network if that's the case for you, okay? Once you've done that, then we know that we have enough people that you're working with to begin with in order to get enough of them up the ladder where we're wanting to go, okay? Which brings me to my next point, and that is if you're a fish in the friend pool, sometimes those fish will try and jump up to challenger pool and they get smack dab right into this wall and they don't make it up into challenger. And it's like, wow, that didn't work. I don't know what's going on. But, sometimes that's discouraging. You feel like, oh, shoot, I don't know if I'm ever going to get enough people up to the top here. And what I'll tell you guys, honestly, is this is something I ask all the time. I ask people, how many times were you asked to be a challenger before you actually bought a challenge pack? How many times were you asked to be a coach before you actually signed up to be a coach? Chances are, with 9 times out of 10, you were asked multiple times before you decided to buy a challenge pack, or you were asked multiple times before you decided to be a coach. Now, you may be one of those amazing coaches that just signed up the first time, in which case it's even more frustrating to you because you're like, dude, Sarah talked to me about coaching and I did it right away, and I don't know why everybody else isn't doing it. And your
probably the mind is going to go to this location and it's going to say, people aren't doing what I did. Maybe I'm not a good coach. Maybe I'm screwing things up. Maybe I'm not doing things right. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. That little devil on your shoulder is saying, you don't know what you're doing. You suck at this. And it's unfortunate when that stuff happens, but you have to shake it off, guys. You have to shake it off because it's not anything that you're doing wrong. It's a process that's standard for anybody who's selling a product since the beginning of time, right? It's everybody that's in marketing knows the first time you ask somebody to buy something, they're probably not going to do it. In our specific case, you're asking somebody to buy something, stop eating junk food, start eating healthy food, start working out. It's a tough sell. So not to say that you can't do it, but just to say, this is something that in our business you have to be good at following up on, okay? So let's talk a little bit about how to get people from one phase to the next. And I guess I went into that little tangent because I want you guys to know that you have to stay consistent. At New Leadership Conference, you have to be a 2-star to attend this event and have X amount of elite points and all that stuff, which I would totally recommend, by the way, that you guys put that on your to-do list. Attend New Leadership Conference. Once you become a 2-star, so many different avenues open up to you. You get to open up your second CBC. You get to go to New Leadership Conference. You're that much closer to hitting Premier. You get the 2-star quarterly bonus. It just, all these different things really start happening for you. So set the goal to get to the New Leadership Conference. Now, having said that, Melanie Mitro talked about her plan there, and I was just shocked about how much resolve she has. You know what I mean? She knows what she's doing is going to work, even if she's not getting results right away. And if you read the 12-Week Year, I absolutely love that book. It talks about that same concept. It talks about how people just create they're recreating the wheel all the time. They're like, I want to create this cool plan. It's awesome, sweet. I'm super excited. I'm going to do it for a week. Nope, didn't work. Scrap it. Do it again. And then it's just constantly morphing and doing these different things. And they're not giving themselves enough time to really have enough runway to really take off. And that's what I'm going to ask you guys to do with what we're doing here. So give it some time, give it some ability to really build up some steam. It's just like your fitness. As you're hitting the gym, as you're eating clean, as you're doing all these things, a lot of people's tendency is to go to the gym, do all that stuff for a week or two, and then they're like, I'm not seeing the results I want. I guess I must be doing this wrong or this sucks, and then they quit, okay? So let's jump into this part. In order to effectively transition people from friends to challenger and from challenger to coach and from coach to leader, what I'm going to ask you guys to do is to create sub-steps along the way. Okay. What we want to do, our goal really is to make it a small hop instead of a huge jump from phase to phase. If it's a huge jump, more of your fish aren't going to make it from pool to pool. All right. We want to make it a very small hop. That way they can jump from one pool to the next a lot more easily. Now, the way that you do that as far as friends to challenge group, what I would just submit to you is I would submit that you want to start a free group. Now, I know for a lot of you, you may be doing a free group already. And if you're not doing a free group already, you're probably asking yourself, why free groups? Ain't nobody got time to be working for free, right? You guys are just going to be in that maybe train of thought. But allow me to kind of talk to you a little bit about why that's going to be beneficial for you in your business. The reason why that's going to be beneficial, like I just said, is it's going to make it a small hop from friend to free group. Hey, doing an amazing free group. It's going to be based on clean eating. It's really helped a lot of people make changes in their life and to really help you get ready for swimsuit, whether I know you're planning to go to the Bahamas with your kids, or I know you're planning to go to California to, be at the beach in June. Jump in this free group. We need you, and you need the group. I think it's going to be an amazing time for you. So as you get people that are just your friends to jump into that free group, what's their commitment, right? They don't have to pay anything. So obviously it's a lot easier for your new coaches to invite, or maybe for you to invite if you struggle with invites. But here's the trick. Once they get into that free group, you need to make sure that they are committed. Because when people don't pay for something, they oftentimes don't value it. And just take the bull by the horns and tell them, look, you're in my free group. What I do expect out of everyone in this free group is to stay committed. I expect you guys to engage. I expect you guys to lift each other up. It's through peer support that the amazing things happen in my groups. We offer through Beachbody amazing fitness, amazing nutrition, and above all, amazing peer support. So if you want to get amazing results, I expect you guys really to be supporting each other, okay? I know you're not paying money for this, but I do expect you guys to invest your time and your efforts in this free group. And as you do that, it will pay off for you, right? So set the expectation. That's the first thing I'm going to ask you to do once you get somebody in your free group or your challenge group, right? Now, here's the cool part. Once you get in there and you provide a ton of value and it's really fun and they feel that peer support, they feel like this is a place that I need to be to get the changes that I'm looking for in my life right now. That's what you want to provide for these people, right? Now, your free group could be based on free clean eating. It could be based on free fitness. It could be based on a crock pot. It could be based on crock pot challenges. It could be based on water. It could be based on personal development, whatever, right? Well, we want to make sure that it's kind of Beachbody related. So again, it's just going to be a small hop from friend to challenge group. So as you create the value there, what's going to happen is they're going to come in, they're going to feel that value, and they're going to say, this is the place for me. This is where I need to be. And they're going to change. And it's just going to be that much easier when you're in the free group. And again, with the expectations, you can set it up at the beginning and say, hey, look, guys, this is a free group. We're going to be providing X, Y, Z in this group, whether it's fitness, nutrition, whatever. It could be a mix of both, however you want to set it up. Let them know what they're going to get out of the group, but also let them know that you also run actual challenge groups. Just set it up. Say, hey guys, this is the appetizer. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. It's a really yummy appetizer, but believe me, you want the main course. The main course is amazing, and that is my actual challenge groups. You get Shakeology. You get fitness programs that break down exactly what you need to do when you're doing your workouts and exactly what you need to eat when you're eating your meals. And as you lock that stuff in place, it's a recipe together with the peer support that we offer for amazing results, okay? Now, as you do that in your free groups, they're going to be like, you know what? I see that the value that Sarah's adding to me right now, or that Amy's adding to me, or that Jessica's adding to me. And I know that challenge group is where I need to be. So again, what you're doing is you're making it a small hop from free group to challenge group. Now, whether it's in your free group or in your actual challenge group, what I'd recommend you do is you incorporate what I call the 3 E's, okay? And you can even do this on any of your social media. You want to entertain, engage, and educate people. So they need to be having fun, they need to be participating and actually doing something, and they need to be learning. Now, if they're doing these things just the way that the human mind works, guys, they're going to say, this is awesome, and they're going to continue to come back for more all the time, because that's just how our brains function, right? Especially when it's something healthy and they can tell, they can feel like this is where I'm meant to be right now, right? This is where the universe is guiding me to be. So as you're providing that value and you're entertaining, engaging, and educating, you're going to be hooked, and they're going to be getting what they want from your group. Now let's talk a little bit about how some ideas that you can implement that will help you do that. If you're just getting on there and you're just saying, here's my recipe, my next recipe, my next recipe, they're going to be like, oh, peace out. Or they'll just take your recipe and they'll be gone, right? So we need to get the engagement, and we need to get the entertain portion locked in as well. Here's an idea that I would recommend you think about implementing. You can offer small prizes every day for your 5-day or 7-day clean eating group. It doesn't have to be anything super expensive. It can be $5 to $7. If you think about it, you're investing about $35 that way in your free group. But if you got enough people in that free group, and I'll just say I would recommend you push for at least 40 people in your free group. More ways to get that number of people in is ask for referrals. When you get somebody else in your free group, just say, hey, so excited to have you here. Honestly, I think that it'll be so fun if you have other people that would be willing to do this with you. As you surround yourself with people that you can count on and people that you can trust, the peer support's even stronger. And that's what gets us amazing results. Do you have anybody else in our group that you think would be, or anybody else that you think would be great for our free group? So ask people for those referrals. If you ask, you'll oftentimes get what you're looking for. But if you don't ask, you won't get what you want, right? So asking for referrals is a big one. Utilize, obviously, your social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, all those different things. talk to people in person. That's a huge one as well. Utilizing groups that you're interested in. If you love to knit and you're in knitting groups, go on social media and get people from your knitting groups. If you have like if you have a border collie, you're in a border collie group on Facebook, get people from there. Same thing with any other interest groups you have. Whatever your hobbies are, whatever you love to do, find people there, connect with those new friends on Facebook and get them into your free challenge group. Now, another way is you can say, hey, look, as you get, X amount of people added to our free Facebook group, once you've added 3 or 5 or however many people that are going to be participating, you'll get X amount of points towards earning prizes. Or, if you add 3 to 5 people, you can get something, just a small gift, like a cool Beachbody mug or some samples or something like that. So those are some ways to fill up your free groups. But once you have those free groups filled up, then what you need to do is lock in that engagement portion. And like I said, if you do the prizes, it's really easy. I've had a coach that shared this with me. She uses Amazon Prime prizes. She creates a Pick Monkey collage, and she has like 5 prizes to choose from that are between $5 and $7. And then she just creates a collage and posts it up in the page and says, hey, look, post a sweaty selfie up and you'll get a point. Post a picture of like a clean meal that you made, you get a point. Post a picture up of something that you really wanted to eat, but you shouldn't, and you resisted it, like cheesecake or donuts or cookies or brownies or whatever it is. Post a picture of that up and say, hey, I did it. I resisted this food. You get a point. You just put stuff that's fun in there to just help people engage. And here's the cool thing. As people start posting all this stuff up, it's like, it's invigorating, and it helps you realize, okay, shoot, dude, I can actually do this too. You know what I mean? And if you did something amazing and you got props for it from the other people in the group, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel excited that you did something awesome and somebody else noticed it besides you. Okay. And then, like, let's say you get 1 point for each of those things. Each time you hit a quantity of 5 points, you get an entry into a drawing, let's say, or it could be every time you hit 3 points. But what this does is, as you do a daily prize drawing, in your free group, it just helps people stay engaged, helps people keep going. Now, as they're taking action, what you're going to see, whether it's in your free group or in your challenge group, is you're going to see the cream's going to rise to the top. It's not going to be realistic to think that everyone in your group is going to be completely engaged. I mean, maybe every once in a while that will happen, but generally not, right? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look for who's really engaging, who's really kicking butt, who's putting into actions, because as they put into actions, the results are going to come. As the results come, their confidence levels are going to move up. If they're confident about the results they're getting, then all of a sudden getting them from free group to challenge group is going to be okay. Because they're going to know, hey, when I'm in so-and-so's challenge group, I know I'm going to get results. I'm already getting results. This is where I want to be. So as that's happening, it's just going to make it much more of a small step to get them to the next phase. And the same thing takes place as far as challengers to coaches. You ask them to lift each other up. You set the expectation and say, guys, the peer support's where the magic comes into play with your fitness and your nutrition. If you've got all the awesome stuff in front of you, but you're not showing up, then it's not going to work. And the peer support's what helps people get through those tough times. It helps them hang on to the wagon really tight when the road gets bumpy. And as they hang on, the results will come, right? So what I'm just going to ask you to do is, as these coaches or these challengers, are doing things that you want them to do, then they'll identify themselves as well as people you need to be talking to. So what are some of the things you'd like your challengers to be doing? And what I'm going to tell you is you want them to be doing pretty much what a coach does before they're a coach, right? So you can ask them to do a number of different things. Like I said earlier, lift each other up. If you have somebody in that group and you've set the expectation, this is what I expect of you. I expect you to lift each other up. I expect you guys to offer peer support. I expect you guys to show up every day and post in our Facebook group. As those things start happening, then all of a sudden you can say to yourself, Cindy, Tara, and Ashley, those are my 3 girls that are blowing it up. They're doing an amazing job, lifting all the other people up. Then all of a sudden you can talk to them with concrete reasons on why they'd be a great coach, right? They're already pretty much acting like a coach. They're just not a coach yet. Excuse me. Another thing you can do is you can ask your challengers and this is maybe, 3/4 of the way through the challenge group or at the end of the challenge group, to post their transformation journey up, or to share their fitness journey on social media. They might not even have lost weight. Maybe they just went down pant sizes, or maybe they're, maybe it's like their goal pants fit them now, but they still weigh the same thing. Have them share it on social media. What they're going to find is, as they go out there and share those things, that people are going to be like, wow, that's amazing. They're going to be like, holy cow, what are you doing? This is so cool. I'm so proud of you, blah, 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 blah. And that's the important part. That's a crucial step, okay? Most people listen to the little devil on their shoulder that says, you don't know what you're doing. You're not a fitness expert. Who are you to help somebody? You're not inspiring. You're not at your perfect weight. That little devil on their shoulder shuts them down. They're like, okay, I don't think I can, I'm not at a level right now where I can help other people. They don't have confidence, right? Your job as a Beachbody coach is to instill confidence in your challengers, in the people that you're helping, and in your new coaches. As they have confidence to move forward and you're providing them with the proper steps to get the results they're looking for, whether that's for them as a challenger or for them as a coach, as they have confidence, they're going to put those things that you're giving to them into action. And the cool part is we know that these are proven systems to help people get what they want. Like if they put in these steps in their business, they're going to get results by finding new challengers or finding new coaches, all of those different things. Or if they put in, our workouts or our nutrition programs and our Shakeology into play, they're going to get results. If they stay consistent with the right behaviors, with fitness and nutrition or their business, the needle is going to move where they want it to go. It might take a little bit of time. Like that's part of it, but they will get results, right? So your job is to help them hang on to that wagon, even when the road gets bumpy. Because if the peer support's not there, they might fall off the wagon, and that's not what we want, right? So as they've shared their fitness journey on social media, other people are going to show up and they're going to be like, holy cow, that's amazing. Their confidence levels are going to rise. And then when you talk to them about coaching, it's just going to be like, hey, here's why you'd be a good coach. All of the girls in our challenge group absolutely love your posts. You're super, super encouraging. You've been instrumental and super helpful in our challenge group on keeping people consistent and helping people get great results. And along the way, you've kicked serious butt yourself. You're 15 pounds down. It's only your first month. You shared your fitness journey on social media. And obviously, people are super inspired by what you're doing. You're born to be a Beachbody coach. Like, when are we going to get you signed up? Then all of a sudden, it's very much a small hop for them from challenger to coach. Okay. Now, the next step is, coach to leader. Now, as you go on these small sub steps from, friend, a free group, to challenger, to, basically acting like a coach before you're a coach, to coach. And then it's just you want to put in these small steps between coach and leader. Like there's a phase that I call the I do phase, and there's a phase that I call the we do phase. And that is like, if you're being a coach, you're doing your Shakeology, you're doing your workouts, you're doing your personal development, you're doing all of those things for yourself. That's very much the I do phase, right? And you can pretty much get to Diamond almost exclusively in the I do phase. Just because Emerald's one of those things that if you help your coaches out, like, they'll be able to hit it with relatively little effort in a lot of cases. So once they get to Diamond, now the real question is, how do we convert that I do phase into the we do phase? They need to actually start helping other people get their friends up the salmon ladder, up to leader themselves, right? So they can become, so they can create diamonds underneath themselves and continue doing all of these things. And really what it boils down to is following these steps, right? It's making sure that you do the basics every single day. Now, as we get back to this free group, we talked about adding friends, 10 friends on social media. We talked about doing a free, 5 to 7 day free group each month, and you want to have at least 40 people there. As far as challengers are concerned, what I'm just going to challenge you guys to do is I'm going to challenge you guys to get at least 3 new customers every single month, okay? Now, what I want you guys to understand is that's the baseline. That's going to get your Shakeology paid for. that's going to help you, move your business forward and help more people. That's honestly the baseline. And what I'll tell you is that if you're struggling to get 3 people in your challenge group, you have to look at the upper level of your funnel, right? If the upper level of your funnel is very small, then of course you're going to struggle to get 3 people into your challenge group. You don't have enough friends that you're dealing with. You don't have enough people in your free groups that you're dealing with. You don't have enough conversations that you're doing. And this is a big one. Like, the free group could be replaced with, I could say, connecting with other people. What you wanted to do really, again, is you want to build trust. If your people that are friends with you trust you, I mean, that's what this block really is. All of a sudden they're like, this person I know is going to get me the results that I'm looking for. Whether they learn that through your free group, or they learn that through conversations with you, or they learn that through just observing what you've been doing over a certain amount of time, it's going to be a small step from that trust level to jumping into a challenge group, okay? As you guys can provide results for people, what you're going to see is that those results will inspire other people to join you. Like Melanie Mitro, she runs free groups. She runs challenge groups. She runs all of these things. She doesn't need to do free groups. She doesn't. Like, she could invest money into advertising. She could invest all these different things in she's got enough pull and social media sway right now. She could attract enough people to get to Success Club without even, sweating it. But she still does her free groups. Why? Because of this duplication piece that we talked about at the very beginning. If she's not doing what she wants the people underneath her to do, how can she expect them to do it? Right? She's the leader. That means people are following her. And if all she's doing is investing money in advertising, she can't expect, a new mom who's young and has 3 kids and is struggling financially to do the same thing she's doing. It's not duplicatable, right? So we want to make sure that you are helping your coaches do, the things that you are doing yourself, right? So we need to lock in this phase for you. And as you do, you'll be able to help other people underneath you do the same thing. Now, as that happens, your commissions are going to go up. Your team cycle bonuses are going to go up. Your rank advancement's going to happen. You'll make a lot more money, right? Like, all the things you're really looking for come into play as you are locking in duplication for yourself. So we do that obviously by setting up these blocks of trust and confidence between each one of these tiers. So what I'm just going to tell you is, I'm going to ask you guys as well, have 10 conversations a day. Okay? So if you've got these new friends on Facebook, have 10 conversations. It doesn't have to be about Beachbody. It can just be about their cool new dress that they bought at the Gap or the Loft or wherever you like to shop, right? It could be about your hobbies. Like again, if you're into gardening or something like that, talk to them about gardening. Connect with these people. Help build relationships. As you have many more relationships you've built and you have way more people that trust and like you, you are going to be able to get people into your challenge groups, okay? It's going to take a little bit of time to develop this trust and develop relationships, but as you have 10 new conversations every single day, I can promise you this, within 2 months, you're not going to be struggling hitting Success Club 5 anymore. All of a sudden, you're going to be pushing for Success Club 10, right? And as you continue to push the amount of people that you're having in your Success Club up, as you get more challengers, right? Then what you're going to do is you're going to produce more coaches because your challenger pipeline's bigger, which will in turn widen your coach pipeline, right? And as your coach pipeline's wider, then in turn, you're going to help more people become leaders. That's just the way it works, okay? So what I'm just going to ask you guys to do is do those 10 conversations every single day. And then after that, what I'm going to ask you guys to do as well is do at least 5 invites every single day. Now, if you want to push that above 5, fantastic. But if you're struggle and you're not confident with invites yet, do 5. It can be an invite to a free group. It can be an invite to be a challenger. It can be an invite to coach. But what I'll tell you is that the more invites you do, the better off you'll be. But don't jump into the deep end of the pool and just start asking everybody to be a coach, because their trust level might not be up here with you yet. You might have to start by free groups, and then you get them to challenger, and then from challenger to coach, and then all of a sudden they're like, I trust Amber, I trust Sarah, I trust whoever, and they're going to take that next step, right? Because they trust you and they believe in you. How many challengers, I always love to ask this, how many challengers do you think you'd have if they knew, if everybody knew that they would 100% get, results? They'd lose 20 pounds, let's say, by joining your challenge group. You wouldn't even be able to keep up with all of them. You wouldn't be able to even stay on top of how many people would be wanting to join your group, because they would know for a fact that you can provide results. So as you put these systems, you work the salmon ladder and you work the funnel and you get these things going for your business, I will promise you, you will change more people's lives. You will affect more people. You'll get more leaders. You'll get more coaches. You'll get more challengers. And as you do that, your business is going to move in the direction you want it to go. Okay? And you'll help way more people. You'll be, like I said, like a general in this battle to end the trend of obesity. You'll have so many more people that you're helping through the coaches that you're developing underneath you. Okay. So as you guys have these people underneath you doing the same things that you're doing on a day in, day out basis, they're going to start seeing results. And if they're not seeing results, focus in on them and see exactly where the breakdown might be. But what I'm just going to ask you guys to do is lock in the actions. And as the actions are locked in, then the results will follow, right? I think so many of us are like, I want to be happy. I want to have more money. I want to, have this. I want to be here in my life. And we think of all of these things about how we want to feel and what we want to achieve. These are all what I call result-oriented goals. I want to lose 30 pounds. I want to make 6 figures. I want to go to the Bahamas. I want to do, I want to be happy. I want to do all these things. These are result-oriented goals. They're very good to have. It's awesome to have result-oriented goals. But guess what gets our result-oriented goals completed? Something over here that I like to call action-oriented goals, okay? That's, if you want to lose 30 pounds, your action-oriented goals would be like, this is what I'm going to be eating each day of the week. Here's what I'm going to be eating them. These are the foods that I'm going to be, pre-preparing and prepped and ready to go. So when I'm hungry, I can resist the donuts that my spouse brought home or that the kids gave away at school or whatever it is. I'm going to be doing my workout at this time every single day. Here's what I'm going to be doing. These are my accountability partners. I'm going to check in at this time. All those things are action-oriented goals. As you lock in your action-oriented goals, your result-oriented goals will take place and you'll get where you want to go. So guys, what I'm just going to tell you, just never give up. Okay? Never, ever give up. As you guys continue to push forward, I know it's hard. It's not easy. Like, this business isn't super complicated, but it's not easy, right? I know it will take sacrifice. But everything that's worth doing requires sacrifice. As you guys put in the time, you show up every day, you make it a priority to lock in your fitness, your nutrition, your personal development, your power hour, your funnel, your salmon ladder, all these things, you make it a priority and you show up every single day. I can promise you that over the course of time, you will get amazing results. This business is so beautiful because we can provide amazing results for people. You guys saw the hallway. You guys saw all those people whose lives have been transformed. A motivational speaker that I used to talk to all the time is just an amazing person. His name was Frank Barrett. He would say, find a need and fill it, find a wound and heal it, and you'll be a rich person. We at Beachbody have the opportunity to help so many people live more healthy and fulfilling lives, to help them lose weight, to help them have more confidence, to help them be the person that they feel like they were born to be. We can do that for them through our hard work and our effort. And as we do that, you will be compensated. You will feel more, emotionally compensated and monetarily compensated for your efforts. And I can tell you that it will take sacrifice, but that sacrifice will be so worth it. So guys, thank you so much for listening to me talk. I appreciate, being able to send this message to you and you listening to me. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to send me a Facebook friend request. If we're not friends yet, it's Joe R. Carden on Facebook. If you've got questions about moving your business forward, or you're super serious about hitting a specific goal, whether that's, rank advancing, hitting elite, hitting premier, Success Club 10, whatever it is, send me a message. I'd love to see what you're doing, what you're committed to do. And I'd love to be able to respond to you and help you guys get there. So thanks so much for listening to me. You guys have a fantastic retreat and we'll catch you guys later. Thanks.